With us today, Maya Karan, no stranger to everyone, two-time Asia Pacific Best Actress, multi-talented personality with a recording album that you're promoting right now, as well as Malaysia's hauntingly enchanting popular horror character, Queen of Horror. There you go, Maya Karan. Maya, I'm going to start by asking you, what are you doing here with all these geeks? You're not just here as an ambassador. You are a tech investor now.
That's right. Actually, I was meant to be in Europe a week ago, but Patrick Grove managed to persuade me to absolutely attend this event and to, familiarize myself much more with this tech world and learn, and so that I can contribute now that I am a part of the iFlix team, which is really exciting for me. And just also, learning what else we want to talk about social media today and how, right,
sure.
Am I jumping the gun here?
That's all right. I mean, okay. You've built a very strong personal brand. A lot of people admire you, follow you, not just in Malaysia, but across the region. But how do you build that genuine and authentic engagement with your audience? How do you keep them engaged?
I think the word is authentic and genuine, really genuine. And I just did for some reason, as I'm getting ready for the show, I had about 3 different newspaper interviews. And one of them was discussing the new generation of actors and celebrities and how come I've managed to hold on to or keep my name in the industry for 15 years now. And that is, I think, mostly because I am very sincere to my art. And I do things for my art. I don't do it for the money. The money's great, money in there, obviously. But mostly, really, it's because I truly love what I do. And I guess that transcends to my fans. And my social media, Twitter, Instagram, is also just trying to be as real to my fans as I can be.
So let's start with basics, because a lot of brands, both digital and traditional brands here today, brass tacks, that audience engagement, is it the quality of posts? Is it frequency? What sort of social media platforms have worked best for you?
Well, my strongest one is Twitter, actually. Twitter is about 5 times stronger than my Instagram at the moment, but I did start Instagram 3 years after I started my Twitter.
Okay.
But I've analyzed a few celebrities and what the following is and what the trends are and what they display. Finally, girls. I was wondering, you're Filipinos. Hey, welcome to Malaysia. This is how it works here too. Come on stage.
Ladies and gentlemen, Eiza and Karel.
Hi. Apologies for being late. Like I said, we are Filipinos, so we wanted to keep with the tradition of being Filipino and being late. Just kidding.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So we were just talking about Instagram, actually, social media. We've already moved on straight away to that point. Okay. It's funny, actually, also interestingly, that on Instagram, in general, there is an engagement rate of about 1%. Doesn't matter how many followers you have, whether you're Kim Kardashian or one of her sisters or me or you, but a lot. I've just calculated the numbers, and yeah, it's really interesting how the real response is literally 1%. The most I ever got is 5%, and that was when I did an impromptu selfie. The selfie works. Always. There's something about the selfie that people just go gaga over. I mean, I don't know about you. How many of you like
They would like
do
one.
you like liking selfies? Or do you like taking selfies? I think we need one.
Sure.
We'll
okay.
have to,
well, let me start with Eiza first. We were just jumping into the basics of social media engagement. In your experience, for your engagement, what platforms have worked, what kinds of posts have worked, and what kinds of frequencies?
I I think it has to be pretty frequent, but I honestly don't post as much as I should be doing. Because I told you earlier,
You have this love-hate relationship.
I have this love-hate relationship with social media. Because I feel like social media is work on top of the work that I'm supposed to be doing as an actress. But now that the times have changed, and there is that part of me that just still wants to hold back. But honestly, like when I'm doing a show, like let's say I'm on a soap opera or I have a movie, the best way to keep the audience hooked on the show is also to go on, let's say, Twitter and do a Q&A. And like, oh, hey, are you watching the episode with me right now? And they love that. Like, yes, they feel like they're watching it with you, even if you're not in one room. And they get to ask you certain things. Like, it could be about the show or not even about the show.
Cool.
So that's a good medium, like
Awesome.
a powerful tool.
Actually, recently we just started really Snapchatting, and my mom is an actress as well, so she's the one who taught me how to do the filters on Snapchat.
So your mom taught you how to
that's-
Snapchat.
I
That's
know,
really good.
right?
That's-
She's the millennial,
Right.
like between the two of us. But Snapchat is getting a lot of following because they see you at your natural state. There's no faking it. The hashtag no filter really happens here, although they have some nice filters to make you pretty.
They have all those funny, silly...
Silly filters. I think
filters
the
that you do and-
sillier, the more natural, the funnier. I think the ones they like to really screen cap is when your eyes are half open, half closed, where you kind of look like you could be a normal person. You're more reachable. Of course, they sometimes want to see you at your best, but they also want to relate that you're also somebody who wants to make a funny face, and they really want to see you in real time. It's stalker friendly, so it's a bit difficult to hide where you are.
All right. We're going to come back
I
to
would
that
have
stalker
to admit,
question.
though, like, I hate Snapchat.
I love it. Because you know why? I feel
I
like
just
it's...
don't get it.
No, but I
and
think
there is no response. With Snapchat, you don't get any response.
And don't you think that's liberating? Because honestly, there's just too many know-it-alls on social media, like, or too many haters as well. Whereas on Snapchat, you're free to express yourself and be stupid or silly and be as authentic as you can be. That's honestly, out of all, I love, of course, Facebook because I have a personal account and it's mostly my friends. And then the next is Snapchat.
Great.
Just because of that.
So on that note, there's a clear theme of being authentic. But let's talk about brands that want to engage with you. How do you select the right branding partners? And how do you create that authentic experience? Or are people going to get turned off? She's just selling.
Yeah, I have people like, I have known friends who unfollow certain celebrities because they're like, all I see is products. And they sell themselves out. Okay, I'm going to tweet one Instagram for so many thousand ringgit or something. And then it just becomes annoying. Interestingly, also, Snapchat, Instagram is very popular amongst the youth. So I think the demographics of that would be maybe 12 years old, maybe even 10 already, 10 to 20, 25. But it all looks really good, especially you have 800,000 followers on Instagram or something. But what is the actual purchasing power of these followers? So I have worked with a clothing designer who 1 year decided to work with one actress. The next year chose one who had triple the amount of followers, but yet sold less of the clothes, simply because the followers are 16-year-olds who happily follow you, stalk you. Oh my God, Eiza, your eye, I loved how you did your eyes today, and then go around and copy it. But do they actually go out and buy the brand that you are supposed to promote and that you have been chosen for? Maybe not. So again, and my interesting thoughts about Twitter and Instagram is, I'm very active on Twitter, but I'm very active in terms of my environmental causes, my work, political issues, sometimes satire, poke fun, have fun, promote iFlix, you know what I mean? And Instagram is less so. I believe that the Twitter community is more information-based.
Sure. Awesome.
And so that can make a difference when I market myself to a brand and say, this is my social media, this is how it works, and this is my theory, basically.
How would you pick a branding partner, Kirill?
For iFlix, for example, I've watched TV series all my life. I used to tape them in a VCR.
Cool.
So it was a perfect fit. You can quiz me, and I would know all the shows I've been watching, all the new shows. Family is my latest one from iFlix. So I really pick brands that people already know that I'm interested in. Like, I love watching TV. And I think one of the things that I've done is fan-generated campaigns. So because they know that I'm really into the brand, then sometimes the fans will pick up on what I'm doing and they will humanize the campaign. So for iFlix, for example, and for Bookie, which is an app in Manila about restaurants, a food app where you can see all the restaurants, they've made this love team. I don't know if love teams are big in your countries, but back at home, we have fandoms for love teams. So they've humanized the app and they've made it
Love team.
a love team, so a boy and a girl. So they've humanized Bookie and iFlix as my flirting buddy. And this is like, they've combined our names. So it's like iFlixReel and BookReel. So because it's a fan-generated campaign, it has caught on. And the other fans follow it because they have ownership with the campaign, because they know I really love it. So it stems from a real, authentic love with the brand.
Awesome. So for the audience, just a small plug. If you want to catch Eiza and Kirill on iFlix, Encantadia. featuring both-
Encantadia. Oh, thank you.
And-
Yes. Where we play sisters.
I also have Impostora, I think, on iFlix. So Encantadia.
Eiza,
Impostora.
I'm gonna ask a slightly different twist. Have you had experiences working with brands to engage on social media that have not worked?
I don't think it's ever not worked, like that it became so negative. But one thing that I know is that people, like you said earlier, people don't want you to post so much about a product like twice a week, thrice a week. They know that it's too contrived. I think it just has to be an organic post like, hey, I'm using this today. Yeah, whereas like it's not every day. Yeah, like, hey, yes, all the time.
Are there brand categories where you would not consider partnering with?
Yes, because fast food chains, perhaps. I've been offered to do a lot of like pizza, like fast food stuff, because my brand is health and wellness. So I've had to think about, do I accept the money? I would really like to get your money, but then, you know, it doesn't fit my brand. So I'm very conscious about what I accept. Although I am with Bookie, it's a food app, but I mostly post about food restaurants that I like to go to. Yeah, organic restaurants, yes.
Maya, any experiences that have not worked? If you could redo certain campaigns from the experiences that you've had, what would you advise your commercial partners to say, you know what, there are certain things that they wanted you to do, but in hindsight now, how would you advise brands?
Hard to say, actually. I didn't think there's any much more to be said towards that. Can we rephrase the question somehow, or
Okay,
some?
maybe I'll just
Or
ask
maybe
a more
somebody
direct question.
here wants to chime in or tell us your opinion about what we've just spoken about. yeah.
Any brand categories that you would not work with?
Yeah, just like Eiza, I mean, I'm also a very healthy person, and I try to promote health. I try to promote, you know, in the environment. I'm a massive environment pusher. Maybe that one is a little bit like, but you get the WWF at least twice a week from me. And I try to increase awareness with that. So yeah, I mean, there would be companies I can't work with, because then it's a sellout. Like I said before, that to stay and to maintain your name, you need to be as genuine as possible and have good beliefs. And
Okay, so trying to make it more practical, what would you advise brands looking to partner with you in terms of the process, right? How would you say, hey, you know what? Is there a certain process or notice period, like decision making, do you actually do the post yourself? Would you delegate that to a manager? Would you delegate that to a brand?
Well, I think it really depends on the product as well. For example, the products that I'm working with now, iFlix, for example, is a new product that we're trying to introduce. Streaming is fairly new in the Philippines and in Asia, so we're still trying to introduce the baby product. We're just celebrating our first year. So it's more of we're building brand loyalty through the years. I don't know if metrics will speak for the actual effectiveness of the campaigns, but I think as we go along, because if you are young, and most of my fans are young, then it will it will take a while to really see the effects. And as we grow with the products, then I think we will really see that your loyalty, for example, my loyalty to the brands of Coca-Cola, for example, because I grew up with it, like drinking it in the dinner table. No, because that's how it was when I was young. So I'm just fiercely loyal. So I don't think I'm trying to see like how many subscribers I get exactly, but as long as the name is in the top of their head, then they will eventually learn to love it. Because they see it all the time on my feed.
So, go ahead, Eiza. So if someone wanted to propose a partnership, how should they initiate? Yes.
Yes, I was going to answer that too. Good question. Mostly it should be coursed through our management, I think. But like, is Kian from Lamudi here? Oh, anyway, so there is somebody here from Lamudi. Let's just say that.
I saw him outside. just now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he messaged me
Right.
via email. I think he got my email from Wild Digital. And he
Patrick's
Patrick's
mom, yeah.
Patrick, like that, like he messaged me directly, and I'm cool with that as long as I know where he got my information from, and I'm always willing to talk things, to talk and see and explore and see if the brand is a perfect fit for my brand, and it's always about communicating and seeing if it's a perfect fit, and if it is, then you take it from there. I think if there's one thing though, I think you have to set expectations. The expectations should be something that both parties can actually meet, because sometimes some brands want you to post about their product twice a week, and sometimes it's impossible to do that. Yeah.
Without again looking cheap, looking like a
Yes.
sellout.
So-
On a personal note, I had that experience where I had an agreement with a company, and the contract was set out, and it said 5 tweets. But as the project started, they expected me to tweet every day, maybe 20 times, post Instas all the time, and we almost had a falling out. I really had to put my foot down and say, no, you are making me look like an idiot. And we have an agreement, it says black and white right there, 5 tweets. Now for other products that I'm working with, there's actually 2 separate contracts. One as just being the ambassador and doing the traditional way of promotion, like, print media and maybe shoot a TVC or a YouTube video. And then there's a separate contract now that I've managed to organize just for social media. For this amount of posts, you will pay me this.
So now you have an influencer contract, and you have like a normal, traditional contract. That's pretty good too.
I've realized, because I had to do that, I don't want people pushing me around, and yes, I understand the...
I do have a question, sorry, because we're not from the same country. So I want to ask you, now I'm the moderator. I do want to ask you...
I have no problem with that.
Because in the Philippines, it has changed, and this bugs the hell out of me. It has changed that now it's a digital campaign, hence we're paying you a smaller rate for it.
When it's the opposite.
When it's honestly the
trend is
opposite.
reversing.
Yes, digital now is, I think that started when the internet was still, was not as big as it is now, but until now, they're still demanding, like big brands, and I'm talking about regional brands, will say, oh, because it's for a digital campaign, but now the work
Just like
is
an
10
online
times
thing.
more.
Yeah, it's only online video.
Yeah,
where
it's just an online video. It's not going to be shown on TV. Yes, online means Facebook, which means everyone. So is it the same way now in Malaysia?
I would say about a year or two ago, I felt that mood.
That shift.
But I think by now, like I said, I've had a separate contract just for social media. So please, I understand
I like
the
that.
power.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah, the power of social media now. People are becoming far more aware by every month. So, funny enough,
Good on
I
you.
like, for instance, my mother opened an Instagram account just so she could know what I'm doing and where I am. So
It's true, right? On social media, you don't even have to see your friend all the time. And you're like, I know your life. I'm updated. That's how it
What
is.
about on the production side, besides frequency, to work with you? Photo shoots, videos, what's required for even a particular digital campaign?
it's quite standard, really. It's pretty much the same. You'll still need the set, you'll still need the makeup artist. The process is all the same. It's just that they don't send it to the newspapers anymore. They buy YouTube videos.
Okay, so they're gonna need dedicated makeup artists, wardrobe.
Yeah. I will demand for that. I will usually, if it's you
Okay.
call it a campaign, it's a campaign. It's just what platform you use is the difference. And now is that shift where I can feel it, obviously with a lot of reporters. I've been in the industry for 15 years. I used to have to, kiss butt. You have to be really nice to reporters, the power of the pen and all that stuff, and entertain them. Every award show they'll call, Maya, are you coming? You really don't, I don't want to go, but I have to go. And so reliant on the old media for 10, 12 years, whereas now, really, I'm in the power to say, come to my PPC if you want to. If you don't want to, never mind. My fans will know anyway. And
Cool.
Since you asked about that, we are dealing with a lot of startups in this room. So I think a non-traditional way also is to offer shares in the company instead of giving outright money. So that's also something that can be discussed, maybe a bit of both, if they can't really shell out enough cash to pay you to become a brand ambassador. So these are things that they can explore. And we're business-minded people, I'd like to think. So we're very open to that in some way.
All right, cool. Karel, any celebrity influences out there that you admire or that you've picked lessons from?
I really love Blonde Salad. And I love how she wasn't so famous when I started following her blog. So I feel like I'm one of those people who made her famous, you know what I mean? So there's
she's
ownership.
way too skinny.
Ownership.
Super skinny.
No, she got skinnier through the years, but when she started out, you saw her at Coachella, yeah. And in Singapore, when I was staying there, I was following Lady Iron Chef. So I love a lot of food blogs as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, the good thing is that I've really seen how a lot of people are Instagram or made careers on Instagram. That's it. Right. And they earn thousands and thousands just by really having a solid Instagram account and really dedicated, and they are sponsored by so many companies. Here, 5,000 shoes and major
what I'm
handbags.
saying
And they've just changed. There's no career. They maybe just high
They
school
just have nice
graduate.
photos.
Yeah, very nice pictures, and that is their career. That is their work. I am an Instagrammer.
But that's what I'm saying about me liking Snapchat over Instagram, is because I just feel like Instagram has become so contrived. Like, you have to have cool photos, you have to have this or that. And I know some friends who won't post a photo even if there's a business opportunity for them to make money from that, just because, it won't look cool on my feed. Whereas Snapchat, I don't have to care about those things. That's why
So
I
there's a
like
clear
Snapchat more.
consistency here, Snapchat over Instagram.
For me, not for her. She likes Instagram more.
Yeah, I don't like Snapchat.
Don't like
Snapchat is
Snapchat,
weird to me.
okay.
I posted one video and one picture so far, and then
It
I
takes
kind
a
of
while.
gave up.
The interface is
Snapchat or
confusing.
Instagram?
True.
Snapchat, although the interface is a bit confusing, although millennials and babies know how to do it, and they know how to do the doggy thing.
Okay, we're going to do a quick rapid fire. Maya, Facebook or Twitter?
Twitter, anytime. Facebook's dead.
Eiza.
Facebook or Twitter? Facebook because they're my friends. It's a
But
personal
you don't-
account.
Yeah, it's a
is your
personal thing.
public page? No.
No, it's not my fans. They're the ones that control
Okay.
it.
Twitter.
Okay. Next one. Morning or evening?
We've analyzed this. You get good responses at about 10 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon, and anything between 8 to 10 p.m. So I'm quite rigid with those things. I
Okay.
do save my pictures.
I would say around the same time, but not 2 p.m., not for the Philippines at least. So anywhere around maybe 10 till maybe 12, and then the high traffic time is around 6 onwards, 6 until 10.
Okay.
6 p.m. and summertime when the kids are on vacation.
Vacation. Okay. Important point. Political statements. Yes or no?
I try, as I'm growing up now, I'm a bit more mature, and I feel like I have a much more of a voice now. I kind of step over the line just a little bit once in a while, just to keep people thinking, and that's
Okay.
probably why
So that's
I
a
think,
yes.
yeah.
Eiza.
To try and influence them to vote for somebody that paid me, no. But if it's somebody that I believe in, yes.
Corel.
Yeah, as we mature, I think it's time to take a stand, so yes.
Would you do a campaign with a product that you don't personally use? Yes or no?
What does that have to do with social media? That's totally like different. No, I'm a total iFlix user. Don't worry about it.
I know. I installed it in your house.
I know. And I was watching it all night last night as well, and this morning. What did I want to say? Oh, who was watching? Patrick left, is it? He's not in the room, right?
His presence is all around.
Oh, I know we can feel him all the time,
Omnipresent, yeah.
even when he's in LA, New York. But he's a good friend of mine. We've known each other for years, and he likes to steal my phone and make political statements that later I have to explain and say, no, that was just my phone got hijacked, and people 3 weeks later, she's quitting the industry, she's going into politics, I heard it, it's true. So yeah, once in a while, I allow people to hijack my phone just for fun.
Okay. So cost of brand.
Don't get any
Would you
ideas.
use a brand, or would you endorse a brand that you don't personally use?
As long as it still fits my brand, maybe I'll become a user once I start endorsing for the brand. So
All
yeah,
right,
why not?
okay.
I'm open to it.
No, I don't want
You're a
to.
big believer in
Yeah,
principle.
yeah.
You got to believe in the brand.
Yes.
Awesome.
Just because you're not using it doesn't mean you don't believe in it yet. So that's what I'm saying.
Or
like-
maybe you need to try it first.
Yes, yeah. If it's something I can consider, I will. But like I said, like with fast food or something like crappy food, that's really something
Any
I can't.
considerations for internet brands?
As long as it's not a porn site, yeah, I think I'm pretty open to it. But maybe even a porn site I could. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Just kidding.